Hey guys, so yeah, I think by now we all know the news. If you haven't, then you've been living under a rock or you've been self-denying it for the past 48 hours. So yeah, we know it's cancelled, which we're all disappointed by. You know, we're all upset, we're all frustrated. There was no way I would have been able to do my thoughts and whatnot right away because it's weird because you kind of in the build up the last couple of weeks, I think, especially the last week, I think we kind of knew what was going to happen, and I think even after we received the news and that what's it's still a heavy blow to take. It's like a right punch in the guts, and so yeah, I kind of I felt really almost upset when the news came out. So yeah, it probably wasn't the best time to actually record anything. So I'm doing it now. Um, Obviously, I'm gutted. I mean, with everything that's going on and that, we kind of needed something that would at least cheer us up a little. And of course, that being cancelled, and what else do we have really? Um, so yeah, I feel even more gutted for the artists because I mean the amount of money and time and work and effort they've put into these entries, and they can't perform them. That was the end goal, to perform it, and because of this stupid virus that's decided to spread around, no one can leave. No one. I mean, I'm going to go through each of the options and come out with what I thought about them and whatnot. But I respect the EBU's decision. It's probably the best thing they probably could have done, in all honesty, for a number of reasons. Firstly, if they would have postponed it to say, I don't know, September, October maybe, um, it leaves the winning country with not a lot of time to get prepared for the next one. There's that to consider. Secondly, we don't know how the artists' schedules would have been for the next 12 months, so difficult to say on that. Thirdly, we don't know how long this virus is going to be in Europe for. Um, I mean, today they're talking about how it's starting to decrease tenfold in China and the eastern part of Asia, but it's forever more increasing in Europe, and we can't seem to combat it. So we don't know when the peak is coming. Are we in the peak right now? Is it varying from country to country? And by September, we don't know even if this virus would have gone by then. So we could have said postpone it, but we don't know what it was going to be like. So that would have been really difficult to do. And if we'd have had the pre-parties as well, again, would the virus still be around by the time the postponement would have rolled around? So there's that to consider. Um, if they'd have, I know there's a couple of other options. They could have done, I know somebody mentioned about them all trying to just film it on stage but try and keep major contact away from one another while doing it. There was that option. Again, it's difficult to do because you're in close contact with people regardless. Um, if any of them would have been performing barefooted, well, that would have been awkward. Um, Again, you've got to think and that you've got to get over there in the first place, and that's the same answer to those who said, well, they could perform but to an empty arena. It wouldn't have worked because you've still got to get everybody and their delegation. Yes, they could have reduced the number of delegation teams. If the press would have been there, you've got to get them over. And if the majority of the countries are in lockdown, how would they have got out? I mean, people are lucky they can leave their house, let alone do anything else. Then there was the option that they stay in their own country, but they perform it, say, in an arena. That wouldn't have been fair on the artists themselves and each of the countries, because other countries that have more money and that could have had a better staging, whereas countries like Moldova, San Marino, they wouldn't have had the resources there that other nations would have had. Also, bearing in mind, if we'd have been taken by live, and by almost by satellites, and that to each country's TV station, that would have been awkward, because what's the chances that the satellite signal would have gone, and that would have literally broken. We've had this instances where we've had it with the voting. The spokespeople have been giving out their points, and we lose the satellite connection, or even a Wi-Fi connection at this rate. But the point still stands. It would have been incredibly messy. So that would have been the first part. The second part would have been, again, you've got people there. You've got the artists who are singing or performing or whatever. They're all in close contact with one another. Then you've got the camera team. They're all together, and who've got to film it. So again, people are in close proximity to one another. We're supposed to be distancing ourselves from other people, so that wouldn't have worked. And again, if people are on lockdown, I wouldn't consider that to be a reasonable excuse, I guess, and that to be able to leave one's home. As again, if countries are in lockdown, you're only going out realistically if you need food, if you need essentials to survive on, or if you're working on the front line. So in a vital job. So you couldn't have done it that way. Then I did hear somebody else mention that they could have done it from everyone's living room and done it that way, but I think that was more of a sarcastic comment. That wouldn't have worked, obviously, for reasons that, well, at least they would have, at least social distancing would have taken place. Everyone who's in lockdown could have still performed, but then again, it wouldn't work, just in case the Wi-Fi connection went. But I did hear a couple of artists would be performing from their living room just to keep their fans happy or something like that. But as interesting as that would have been, I don't think it would have worked. Although, in saying that, I would have loved it if that would have happened. That would have been very interesting, but again, it couldn't really work, so that option was out the window. And then the other option being that they just broadcast the music videos and the performances that were available on YouTube, and people vote according to those. That would have been the other option, I guess. I think that would probably have been the only other one they could have done. But even then, you've got to get people to put the show on. So again, it's not exactly easy, is it? So going through all the options, I understand why they did it. I suppose the good thing out of this is that I know a few countries have already invited the representatives who should have gone this year, and they're back next year. So far, I think we've got Azerbaijan, Ukraine. I know Azerbaijan came in this morning. So yeah, Azerbaijan, Ukraine, Spain. I think Greece is another. Croatia, Georgia, and I think there might be one other. I heard that Destiny's going back for Malta, but I'm not sure if that's actually confirmed or not. But I know there's about 6 or 7 that have already said, yeah, we're going back. So yeah, that's good. Why has that suddenly gone really, really dark? I have no idea. Oh, okay, light's back. Good. Okay, sorry about the lighting, and that was it. My light bulb's not working properly, so that means I'm a little bit screwed. I'll see if I can get it working after. Um, so yeah, those are the options, and I guess that's probably what they had bearing in mind. Um, so yeah, I'm not necessarily happy with the post with the. I'm not calling it a cancellation. I'm calling it an actual postponement, because it's not really a cancellation. Because if it was a cancellation, what's it? None of the artists would be back. Everything would have been completely disregarded. There'd probably be a different host city, etc. Right? Okay, we don't know what the actual details of whether Rotterdam's going to keep the contest, and is it going to be in the same arena with the same hosts. I know all three hosts, and actually I think Nikki as well has already, I'm not sure if she's already said it, but excuse me, and no, it's not that, I don't have it. I think all four hosts said that they're interested in hosting again next year, so they'd be happy to do it. So at least we have that. At least there is some aspects of this year that will remain next year, even if they're different songs. At the end of the day, yeah, it would have been great to have everybody perform their song on stage, but the good thing is that the music's not going to be deleted. We have the music forever, so we can still take it in stride and go, well, we had some really great songs this year. And it's just, yeah, it's a little bit sad that we're not going to be able to, might not be able to hear them, but I think what was awesome about this year was that we didn't have any definite winner. There was no clear front runner, and it could have been, there was about 8-9 songs that could have done it, so that would have been really interesting to see votes, results wise, but then we can create our own ones, I guess. We can do our own fan ones where all the things get put up, and then there's an online vote within the community, etc. There could be something like that they could do. So, and chances are, I think they were talking about putting a replacement show on at the time that it should have been broadcast. So that'd be quite interesting to see what happens in that. Because trust me, the BBC has absolutely nothing to put on right now. If you could hear kids outside, it's because the kids now have finished school and until the foreseeable future. So it means that Lux, my sister's now off college, so thankfully she's not in today because and again, she's meant to be social distancing, but it's not working. Okay, it's mostly working, but this is an odd day off. But anyway, yeah, just gotta find things to do now. Haven't we? Because there's no talking about it. What could have been, I think what we need to do is to try and put this behind us now. I think that's the best way we can do it. So yeah. Now, in terms of me, as you guys would have noticed, I've been putting up the reviews that I've been doing across the season. Unfortunately, I never got all of them up in time for that announcement. And I think it's only fair to the rest of the artists if I get those reviews up, because then I've at least spoken about everyone. What I will do then, I probably will write up what I think about all of them now as compared to what I did on the initial review. Maybe I can probably do a video on what I think overall now, but I don't think I'll probably end up doing it, to be honest. What I will do though is I will do a top 41 of what would have been my final, well, I won't say my final one, it would have been once we had all the songs, what it would have been. And that's what it's going to probably remain until maybe next year. I might just revisit them next year and then go, well, this is what it is a year on. So I don't know. So I'll probably end up doing that. One thing I will do, and I'll do this in a bit, is I will compare 2019 entries to 2020 and go, of the lot, which one I did prefer. And I will do that. And then I've left the Eurovision 2020 People's Choice Awards going. It's going dark again. Why? I don't know why. The camera just... I need to sort this camera out, I really do. I did this, when the announcement came in, I spent a couple of hours figuring out whether it was a good idea to carry on with them or not. And I thought, well, we need a bit of cheering up. We need a bit of fun, and every song deserves its spotlight, I guess, and they do deserve something out of it. So I'm going to leave it open. The voting closes, as you may have seen on the other videos where I post it in the comments. The voting closes on the 5th of April. That is at midnight. That is GMT time. So for those who live in Central European time, it will be 11 o'clock on the 4th of April. I've only said GMT time because, well, I live in the UK. It's easier for me to work it out. Sorry guys, I know a lot of you go by Central European time, but you'll have to forgive me this once. There's 28 categories in there, so there's quite a bit. There's a bunch of things I've come up with. I would really appreciate it if you all did vote in this, because the more responses, the better. I think it gives me more of a collective idea of who our favourites were, etc. Plus, it kills your boredom for like 10 minutes, so depends on how quickly you get through it, I guess. But I'm trying to help you out. Okay, but once the voting has closed, I will go through all the results, and I will compile them all up, and then I will make a video, because trust me, you guys do not understand, unless you've done one yourself, you guys don't understand how long these things take. So I will probably spend better part of the day trying to get that one done once it closes. I'll probably spend the whole of Sunday trying to get that done, but and then I'll try and do the premiere probably the Friday after, give or take. It'll probably be a Friday or it'll probably be a Saturday. By then I'll, unless Boris Johnson has literally kept us all in lockdown, I will probably be back in work by then. So, because I ended up with a phone call yesterday saying that my workplace is going to be shut for 2 weeks while this calamity happens. And at first I thought it was my own workplace, but because I work for a shop, and the entire retail chain basically have all been shut. I thought it was just a local decision. No, it's an entire national decision. So yeah. So I'll probably end up doing that I will work on the video on the Sunday, and compile all the results, work on the video, and then I will do a video premiere at some point. Those of you who have subscribed to me and turn the notifications on, and that will receive a notification, say about half an hour before it will be due up and go, this is premiering in 30 minutes, and that will give you an idea. Please tell me some people will watch it, because I'm trying. Anyways, I will get the rest of the reviews up. I will do that 2019 to 2020, you know, which song I prefer thing, and yeah, I'll probably end up doing that, and I'll do that top 41. So lots of things to look forward to, I guess. I'll try and keep you all posted on different things. Um, Also, I'll probably do an actual, I'll do a Q&A session as well. It won't be a live stream because I really don't know how to sort those out. And if anyone knows how to do one of those, please let me know. Because given the fact that I studied IT and computing for a while, I'm still a bit of an idiot when it comes to modern technology, which I know sounds really stupid, doesn't it? Um, Anyways, I will do a Q&A session. This can... I really need to sort this camera out. Why is it doing that? Honestly, I don't know. Never usually does that, but it is. Um, I will do a Q&A session on just about anything really. If you want to talk about, if you want to send me questions in on this year, if you want to send me on questions on other years, if you want to send me questions on anything not Eurovision, just don't do reality TV. I don't do reality telly. Um, Other than that, feel free to send in your questions because why not? And I'll write them all down and I will do a video when, probably be next week, probably Tuesday, something like that, when I'll do them. So yeah, I'll see if I can do that, even if it's only like 2 questions. um, Anyways, I'm gonna call it this one a day now because it's like it's getting quite long. I think I'm not entirely sure, but it probably is. Anyways, stay safe, keep an eye on yourselves. How is everyone doing at the moment? So we all, and since we're all cooped up indoors, trust me, and that was I ended up going shopping with my nan this morning because like, certain supermarkets have declared like an hour or two that's specially for the vulnerable people of our society, and that what's it in the elderly. And oh my god, I got there like at 8 o'clock and you should have seen the queue. It was insane. And that what's it they weren't even queuing in there, was it was supposed to be social distancing and people were literally huddled up together and they're just waiting for the doors to open. The shop opened at 9 but everyone presumed it was open at 8. And there were people who were not on the vulnerable group list, who were not elderly, and they were like, when's this, oh hang on, how come the shop's not open? I'm like, it's not open till 9, and even then it's a priority hour. And then people started moaning, saying that well, why should they get it? And I'm like, because people are hoarding. So yeah, it's chaos down here. But at least people inside the supermarket once it opened were civil, so there was no fighting, no arguments, so that was a good thing. But and people could get the stuff they wanted, so that was great. So how's it going on down wherever you guys are? How you all holding up? Because I'm kind of bored out my wits right now. But okay. Anyway, I'm gonna call this a day. See you soon, guys. What are your thoughts on the idea of Eurovision 2020 being cancelled? Do you agree with the cancellation, or do you feel as if they've taken a wrong turn? Feel free to drop your comments and that down. Also, while you're at it, check out the other content that I've been doing, including the reviews of all the songs I've done so far, more to be uploaded. And also, feel free to vote in our People's Choice Awards. Voting is open till the 5th of April, and the link is below in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching.